Good morning, magic players and card collectors of all kinds. Welcome back to the channel. It is time for our pregame episode as we head into this week. Now, I have some rather interesting news for you guys. Um, I believe I hinted at it in one of my previous videos, but I am going to be going home to visit my family for a few days this week, coming up at the end of the week. So I will be making this a 2 week competition. And I have decided to pick two really tough decks to go against my zombie deck this time around. So we are going to be going again. This is going to be our competition. It is the Zombies versus Legends versus Artificer. Now, while I go over the competition and a few other things, I thought I would share with you what my Legends deck is. Because I'm sure you're curious what a Legends deck is. This is one of the decks that I am actually most proud of. I call this Commander Party. And the reason I call this deck Commander Party is because, with the exception of two, uh, with the exception of two creatures, every other creature in this deck is legendary. First, I will show you the commander. The commander of this deck is Essica, God of the Tree, but Essica has two forms. And on the other side, we have the Prismatic Bridge. This thing is amazing in both its directions. Now, I've been told many times over the internet that playing it on this side is considered to be crazy, but I don't care. I found it very effective to have access to any mana of any color at any time. Let's see. You'll notice that the camera angle is kind of weird today, and I'm just going to shift it ever so slightly right now. And the reason it's at a weird angle is because I broke the camera stick last night that I usually use for my overhead videos. So I am using my little tripod today to film this, and we'll be using it to film all my future videos until I can get a new camera stick. If you happen to like this angle, feel free to leave me a comment and suggest that we should keep it to this angle instead of overhead. The goal of this deck is essentially just to have a lot of fun with creatures that I could build commander decks with, but there's just so many, and they all are so interesting. So I decided to put them all into one deck. I do also have, shout out to Anthony for this card. Anthony gave me this dragon. It is pretty cool. The goal of this deck essentially is to build up creatures and artifacts and just kind of own the zone. The Planeswalker is a very key component of this deck. Uh, he can give +1/+1 counters to a whole bunch of creatures based on their colors. This is a new card I just added recently to the deck. This card constantly gets destroyed when I try to play it, unfortunately. But if I ever do get it off, it would definitely own the zone. You'll note there's a lot more forests than anything else, and that's because I find that without forests, this deck does not pop. This is another card that transforms, so I'll just show you the other side of it. I like her. She's got a lot of pop to her. She's a fun card to play. Maybe it's easier to do it that way. Another one that transforms. This is a new addition as well to my deck. I managed to pick this up at the Boutique de Fan the other night. And I've got to say, I'm really excited to play this card. Elrond is a key component to this deck if I can ever get the scrying to get more functional. This is definitely a commander that I really enjoy playing, but I couldn't get a good deck built around him, so I put him in here. This is one of the cards that I'm not sure if I was off angle on that one, so I'm just going to go back and show you that. Blood Pact. This is one of the two that is not a legendary. It is just a mana dork, as is the other card that's not legendary. Rogue Intervention, Unfinished Business, Mirror of Galadriel is a new card. That's the other mana dork. Eowyn, yeah, is a really solid card for this deck. Time Warp is a new addition, so is Valduk. That might be new too. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, I switched him out for Legolas. Legolas used to be in this deck, but I found out that Legolas can't be applied to equipment cards, unfortunately. So, as you can see, this is going to be pretty steep competition for the zombies. But I'm pretty excited to see how it goes. That is the final new addition to this deck. You saw it the other night when I pulled it. It's going to be tough to get it onto the field, but it will be totally worth it if I can. And the rest seems to be mostly lands. Oh, I have my puppy. I do like my puppy. And there's Galadriel. I have yet to be able to play Galadriel in a match, but if I can ever get her pulled off, she is definitely going to be like a key component to this deck for sure. Braids is fun. And finally, Psychic Impetus. It's rather useless in a match against Anthony, but when I get this deck going against 4 players, it could be a lot of fun. So as I say, because I'm going home for 4 days, starting on Thursday, I will not be making videos Thursday through Sunday. I will be doing my normal deck profile on Monday this week, and I will post a poll before I go home for the deck profile of the following week. Excuse me. If you guys would like to leave a comment and describe to me which deck you would like to see profiled, give me some ideas. I'm happy to add those to the poll. I do have an ample supply of decks, including dragons, warriors, medieval knights, samurai, performing circus animals, but like cute ones that have like voices and are being paid well. I have some nightmares. I have all kinds of different things. Angels. So if there's anything you're interested in seeing as a deck profile, leave a comment and I will consider it for the next poll. With that said, I'm excited to see whether zombies can hold their own against these two decks. It's going to be a tough match for sure, especially because it's going to be over 2 weeks. So you might get a bonus episode of Magic with Anthony over the course of these 2 weeks, which would be nice because I want to make up to you guys for the episode we missed this week, if I can. So, with that said, I believe that's everything I had to share with you guys today. Again, please let me know if you prefer this camera angle or you would like me to get another overhead camera. I am content to go get an overhead camera stick. It's only $4. It wasn't that expensive. And if that is something you guys prefer, then I need to know. Otherwise, this could be the new angle. You get to see my elephant and my little transformer and my bear, which is cool. Anyways, much love to you all. Have a great day. Bye.